I think the great thing about Tony and Black Sabbath is you hear a nanosecond of it and you know who it is.
Well, he's just so original. You know, he had a vision. He came up with a sound that was so uniquely his and stuck to it.
Like how we were saying, you know, Lord Iommi, he's Bach, Beethoven, and Mozart of the riff. He's not just one of them, he's just all of them. You know, between all of us that play guitar, that's like the meeting ground for everybody.
You know, 1970, that's the end of the 60s, that's massively significant. You know, Hendrix died, Janis Joplin died, Jim Morrison died, you know. And the fact that these guys from this industrial town where the sun never shines put out this music that just sounds like, you know, the Doomsday Machine. And Tony, with the weight of his tone, there's nothing like it. Just like a punch right in your mouth. The sound of Black Sabbath is a force of nature.
Black Sabbath. It's the dark sound that's risen from the streets of Birmingham, England. The music is powerful and ominous, and at the heart of this seismic sound is Tony Iommi, the man known as the Riff Lord. The parents hate it, the kids love it, and what began in the shadows of Birmingham has now echoed across the world.
In those days, Geezer and myself used to go and watch a lot of horror movies, and we loved them. And I thought it'd be great to do music, like, you know, to have a music like this horror, create the same vibe as a horror film would do then. And that was sort of what we did.
Black Sabbath had the riffs. You know, and I had friends who were just like afraid to listen to Sabbath too much because they don't think that the devil might come looking for them. But I loved that people thought that about them. And no one can quite come up with a heavy riff like Tony can.
I think the thing that set Tony apart from everybody else was that I think about amazing guitar riffs. I note that speed and thrash metal came from heavy metal. I note that all the other fragments of metal, it could be traced back to, it's like the 666 degrees of Black Sabbath.
Black Sabbath is still relevant for the same reason why any band worth their salt is still relevant. What matters is the quality of the songs. That is the boss. And it was stunning, you know, because it was so heavy. But Tony, it was like a monolith had landed.
I'm not a religious person, but I could compare it to people still today in 2025 read the Bible. Well, I still listen to the Bible, the Sabbath Bible that they wrote.
For heavy metal as a genre, whatever you want to call that, they were unique, they were aggressive, they were over the top. But it is the foundation of metal as we know it.